Hello everyone, Newcastle fans mixed with some of the Fulham fans leaving St James's Park on a bitterly cold day. The wind is mega strong but we are here at the car park as per usual, where tonight I have came away with 3 points. I thought it was never going to come, to be honest with you. The amount of chances that we had second half, it was like, how are you, man? Especially Bruno, who of all people got the winner. It was like, how are you, man? When are we going to put one of these away? You know, Fulham did the double over us last season, so we had to beat teams like this. I was stood there the other day and I was saying, if Newcastle realistically want to qualify for the Champions League and be one of the big boys every year, they've got to beat teams like this. Fulham, who are not going to get relegated, they're not going to qualify for Europe, they'll be there about mid-table, and we've got to put teams away like that, and we've got 3 points today. And I thought first half we're looking really nervy, sloppy passes from a lot of players, to be honest with you. I'm not going to single out anyone in particular. I think it was six or seven really poor passes. Fulham created a few chances in that first half as well. And now we went on to score through Jacob Murphy breaking through in a good finish. And he also had a second chance as well where he's breaking through on goal. And for me, he's got to put it away. And I think the keeper gets a save to it. But Fulham did have their chances, to be fair. And I think Newcastle will probably be a little bit lucky to go into half time 1-0 up. But you know what, you just got to win by that stage, just see the game out. And Fulham obviously come out second half and equalised. And I think there's the other end of obviously I sit in the Gallagher and the Leazers and the ball ricochets of the underside of the bar, and I still didn't even know who scored their goal, to be honest. Obviously you kind of get signal as we come out of St James's or even inside, but they equalised, and it's probably deserved, to be honest with you. Cannot lie about that. But in all honesty, I just didn't think Newcastle were going to get that breakthrough. We had chances. Bruno in particular, he had an absolute sit out of a header. He had a shot that just went wide as well. And obviously, once Fulham scored, that Eddie Howe made the triple sub. Obviously, Botman went off. He was involved in that goal for just an injury, so hopefully he's alright. He should be alright. He was whacking off, and obviously the other two changes with Harvey Barnes on the right and Tonali, who was back from illness. And you know, should Harvey Barnes may have started the game? Who knows? That's a question that we are going to ask on the last word. But the amount of chances, obviously the last 25 minutes, I think Newcastle played much better. We're in the final third a lot more. Fulham were more or less settling for that point at St James's Park. Very defensive. Newcastle having chance after chance and chance. And credit to William Osula, because he does make the winner. And I don't think we score that goal if Nick Valdemara's on the pitch. Let me explain why. Because Valdemara's not a player who runs players with pace, whereas Osula does have that in his locker. Osula's clearly going for goal, of course he is, but obviously he's cutting in across the edge of the box and he gets the shot off and it's saved, and it's come back to Bruno, who puts it away. But Valdemara can't do that because he hasn't got the pace. Valdemara's got different skill set. And obviously the crowd chanted for William Osula, and they chanted obviously for Bruno as well. And then there was 6 or 7 minutes added on, and Newcastle held on to pick up the 3 points, which was really probably more important than the performance. I think we've got to, break teams down when they go defensive, and we did, thankfully. It came later on, but we did. And obviously we're focused on Spurs, who are going to come up in midweek. That'll be a different test. I expect a lot of rotation from probably both sides, to be fair. Everybody that's on the bench today is likely to probably get a start. I would have thought even Osula and all the way to Ramsdale, the keeper. I think everyone will probably start midweek, but we'll focus on that in a couple of days' time. But we've got 3 points. That was important. Standout performances, it's difficult to pinpoint. I thought Malik Chow, especially second half, was really composed. And obviously Bruno will get the headlines for the goal, of course. But yeah, I thought Valdemara was quite quiet today, but he's allowed to have a quiet game considering he's started life at Newcastle absolutely class. But the most important thing, as I say today, was getting the 3 points. And obviously Eddie Howe's facing the media currently as we speak at the minute, and that's what he will say. And look, we've got 3 points. We had to beat teams like Fulham, as I say. Gritty win, hard work, but we got it. That's the main thing. Newcastle move on, move up the table, and we'll focus on Spurs on Wednesday night. Comments down below how you feel. Did you watch the full game? Have you seen it? I think it's just important that we've got 3 points. It really, really is for me, and I'm pleased it came, because we're being accused of last season not being able to break teams down by our own set of fans as well as the media, but we've done that today, so that's ticked off. But yeah, here at St James's Park, we'll be back a little bit later for the last word. It's finished Newcastle United 2, Fulham 1.